What's up, the squad? Back with another video. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Y'all see in the title what's going down. Let's get in the video, y'all.
All right, let's dive right in here, gang. Trump just got what many are calling a huge victory in court. An appeals court has stepped in and once again lifted a gag order imposed on President Trump by Mr. Freeze Miser himself. The publicly half-naked New York joke of a justice, Arthur Engoron. Don't you think he looks like Freeze Miser? Remember Freeze Miser from A Year Without Santa Claus?
That is wild. That's wild.
I mean, it's uncanny. That is when he actually has his clothes on. I don't want to contemplate what he resembles then. You know, this is the same guy, this Freeze Miser judge. He has a penchant to post half-naked selfies on an alumni newsletter that he reportedly controls. I mean, the selfies are, to say the least, bizarre, but they suggest that all is not well with this fellow Judge Engoron. Something seriously wrong with Judge Freeze Miser. To say that he has a penchant for self-humiliation would be an understatement, but again, I think it just underscores just how bizarre this whole court case frankly is. And it appears that the appellate courts are agreeing. House GOP Chairwoman Elise Stefanik of New York filed an ethics complaint accusing the judge of displaying ridiculous levels of judicial bias against President Trump, particularly his wife as well. And the appellate judge agreed, stating that Judge Freeze Miser's gag order on a presidential candidate during an election raises serious constitutional and statutory issues. Do you think so? Really? Placing a gag order on a major presidential candidate, the opposition party's candidate, during an election year, you think that poses some constitutional issues? I mean, slapping a gag order on a presidential candidate is par for the course in a banana republic, but a constitutional republic? Judge Freeze Miser apparently is going to have to think twice about that. So obviously Trump wasted no time in raising his voice in response to the lifting of this gag order. He took to Truth Social and utterly
Peekaboo James is crazy.
Savaged the clowns behind this kangaroo court. Quote, AG Letitia Peekaboo James is running for governor of New York again. That's why she, with the help of very complicit Judge Engoron, who has cut my values to a tiny fraction of what they really are worth in order to claim fraud, has brought this ridiculous case against me. Other businesses are seeing this miscarriage of justice as fleeing New York and are fleeing New York. Violent crime is not fleeing, however. It is setting new records on a daily basis. Now, this ruling that completely frees up Trump to say whatever he wants about this kangaroo court comes on the heels of another huge ruling in the state of Georgia. It's being widely reported that a federal district court judge there, has just ruled that the electronic voting machines used by the state of Georgia have substantial flaws, security flaws, and must undergo judicial review. Now, we talked about this in a video yesterday. Federal Judge Amy Totenberg, she's just denied a motion filed by Georgia election officials to dismiss a case that claims that the state's electronic voting system is indeed secure. And if you caught my video on this yesterday, the judge cited a study known as the Halderman report. It's a report that was put together by University of Michigan computer science professor Alex Halderman. It supposedly identified a number of vulnerabilities, particularly in Dominion voting machines, vulnerabilities that have been corroborated, supposedly, again, by federal authorities as well. This according to an NBC News report. More than 20 cybersecurity experts have since defended Halderman's report, and apparently it has convinced this federal judge. So now there are going to be hearings in early January to determine whether Georgia can even use these electronic voting machines or whether they are, by virtue of their security risks, a violation of voting rights. I mean, gang, this is huge, precisely because if this judge does rule in early January that
Stuff
the
that
use
we
of
gotta
these
go through,
machines
y'all.
involves a violation of voting rights, obviously
And I'm hearing
the
a
sham
lot,
Fulton
a lot about these machines.
County
I'm hearing a
case
lot about
against
them.
President Trump completely collapses. Trump is immediately exonerated as fighting against an election that again could have, again not necessarily did, but could have been compromised given the nature of the voting equipment that was used. Moreover, to make matters even worse for these corrupt hacks, the Fulton County DA's office is now openly admitting that this trial for President Trump may end up stretching way past the 2024 election, getting well into 2025. Again, this is such a humiliation for Fannie Willis. I mean, I don't even know what to say here. Over and over again, Fannie Pants Willis, has been promising her fellow woke ilk that she would have Trump convicted by early next year.
But first, gang, I gotta tell you, I was
That's wild, y'all.
utterly shocked when I was recently shown just how
me
easy
go through
it
this,
is
y'all.
to act.
Unravel. Talk about, I mean, what do you even say about Biden at this point? I mean, this guy literally cannot find his way off a stage. I mean, seriously, this is a recurring problem. The guy doesn't know where he is. This is just what happened yesterday.
This is sad,
The
though.
guy, he literally is unaware
It's
of
sad.
his surroundings. And the Democrat establishment, they just simply can't hide it anymore. They can't hide it from voters. Everyone is seeing. I mean, they were, let's be honest, they were relatively successful for the first year and a half of this regime. But now, I mean, it's just so painfully obvious to the vast majority of the nation. Wait until you see these polls. I mean, Biden is in a polling free fall right now. A free fall. Now, we knew this. If you're a regular to this channel, and if not, make sure you smack that bell and subscribe button. But if you're a regular to this channel, you'll know we have been predicting for months now that Biden's poll numbers were only going to get worse. It's because we have a historical pattern to draw from on this.
So I wanna, get with this video and say it's reasons on why behind that. It's a lot of people that's thinking differently, all just based off of the fact of, you having Biden. I'm trying to choose my words carefully. I know I got to do this, but you have Biden. That literally is people that's turning their back because of what's going on, what they're seeing on TV, what they're seeing on videos, what they're seeing people react to, and that's what a lot of people that's really not into politics really just because there's some people that's it's a lot of people. I know a lot of people that's actually not into politics that obviously go and vote. I mean, believe it or not, it's people that vote just because but it's a lot of people that's starting to see this stuff, and it's people out there like, hey, Biden gonna win. And you got to be real with yourself. Like, look what's going on. And that's why it's important to get these videos out to let people know, hey, this is going on. You need to pay attention to this. This is going on. Even if it's a video or two that I get out to everybody is more important to me. But you already know. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and just want to check this video out, see what was going on. You already know what's going down. Catch y'all next one.